All right, so this is my reflection on building with sujot, excuse me. I came to the conclusion that it seems like the biggest problem with our learning and the way the system that we have set up is, and this is kind of a conclusion, is that K through 5 or K through 6, whatever the early developments are, we don't challenge the students enough to the point where they're wanting to learn and creating a emphasis on wanting to learn. Like we do senior project when we get into our 12th grade high school, which is, the intention of that is great because you're starting a project that is something that you plan on pursuing in college as a career, and then doing that project throughout the whole year. So you start something and then finishing it and being rewarded with a wonderful grade when you're done. The problem is that the students aren't, they're not taught how to be problem solvers at that young age. So when they get to the point of really needing to problem solve and do their senior project, they might do their senior project on something they couldn't give a crap about. They might do it on clay models or something small, something they may not even plan to do as a career. Maybe they'll start it and finish it, but it's more of a hassle than anything else. We also got into really talking about the educators and them needing to be able to give everything that they have, but they can't because of the situation. For example, my students that I teach music to, I let them know that if their life around music isn't stable, the soil for growing their talent as a musician is not fertile, because they're going to be so worried and playing catch up constantly in the rest of life that they won't be able to give the proper effort towards making their music career happen. Well, with teachers, I believe this is the same way. If you're only making $30,000 a year as a teacher, you have all these other expenses in life that are going to be weighing on your mind constantly. Then when you talk about giving extra effort, you're so stressed out from the rest of life that when it comes to giving that extra effort in the classroom, why? I'm not being compensated for it, and I'm so stressed out by everything else I'm doing. How can I give all the proper attention to what I need to do? So we don't have fertile soil, so to speak, for our teachers to be able to be successful, because they're not being compensated properly. Also, I feel like our teachers are just like our students. They're great at regurgitating information, but they're not good at creating their own spin on it, at saying, hey, this is what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. They're not good at problem solving. They're just good at regurgitating what's in the book. They can't add their own opinions or their own thoughts into it, because they're a product of the same system that these students were created from, and as a result, we have a lot of poor teachers. I think and I believe that's the biggest thing that I really got from Sujo, was realizing that our teachers being passionate and creating an environment for them to be passionate, and then really improving the organic learning at a young age so these kids want to learn. So when they get to high school and they have their place in the classroom where they need to use their problem solving, they're fully equipped. They're not just regurgitating information. That's it. That's interview number 2. For you, Gus.